This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'm a dog. I'm biting the fart bubbles into bath. We smoking symbiotes. Smoking that Whoopi Goldberg South Egyptian Fur Burger Deluxe Mega Million Scratcher Skunk Bubba Kush. We smoking dung beetle. I'm on 12 Vicodins smoking on Scooby-Doo dick. We smoking Sequoia Banshee boogers. We snorting that good Buffalo Soldier Tamarind Jordanian jibbies. They must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm him. That Burberry backwoods pack hitting that pussy smell like a Hellcat V8. We smoking shit in a glass pipe, blowing the Lord's bubbles. I'm sick in the head. I'm on them Broward County Tic Tacs.
I believe that the indictment is only one of a series to be handed down as...
Begin my day until I've had a Dickens cider.
There's nothing better than waking up to a good old Dickens cider.
My girlfriend loves Dickens ciders. My sister came to stay with us for a month, and my husband couldn't go a day without the Dickens cider.
My girlfriend loves a Dickens cider.
My mum loves a Dickens cider.
My sister loves to wake up in the morning with a Dickens cider.
I'm a bit young, but I would love to try a Dickens cider.
So there you have it. For over 150 years, Frederick von Dickens has developed a beverage that literally brings women to their knees. So fellas, for the sake of the economy, get a Dickens cider.
Of course, it's always the black women with weaves who want to hate on my beautiful, free-form, curly dreadlocks. It's like, no. Bye, Shaquandra. Bye, Shaquandra.
Now, it's also imperative to remember that you also have a burn-up. So if they try to hit you, yes, that's right, you burn it with your burn-up. And that is an intelligent option to increase your survivability.
He's an asshole.
This fucks up my plan. This is fucking bullshit. Okay? These fucking assholes, these fucking assholes! The fuck is their problem, man? This is fucking typical bullshit! You don't have to go to hell. You're in hell! This is hell! This is hell! This is hell!
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Then strangled them, and finally dismembered their bodies.
Right.
Then do
available.
and homelessness and all that.
And now, the voice you've been waiting for.
There is a secret song at the center of the world, and its sound is like razors through flesh. I'm here to turn up the volume.
I'm kind of retarded.
I started really paying attention to the Maui wildfires once I realized that the chief of police there was also the chief of police and incident commander at the Las Vegas shooting back in 2017. Because if you know anything about that shooting, you know that it couldn't have possibly been more suspicious. Every single thing about that bullshit official story that they sold us made no fucking sense at all. And now what are the odds? Almost 6 years later, and thousands of miles away, he happens to be at the center of another story, which so far makes absolutely no sense. In the immediate aftermath, I was rolling my eyes at a lot of the shit that was going around because it was all about, ooh, space lasers, directed energy weapons, and look at this picture, this is what they did to Hawaii. But it was a fucking Falcon 9 rocket taking off. And all it takes is one asshat to post that, and then all these people see it. Can't take the 10 fucking seconds to put it in a Google search bar to do an image search to find out that, oh yeah, this image has been around for years. And even now, I still hear people talking about the directed energy weapons, and I think, yeah, but so what? Is that really the most important fucking aspect? I mean, yes, directed energy weapons are a very real thing. They're not even secret. They're just something that most normies know nothing about. And there's also talk about the possibility that maybe these super hot wildfires that are melting wheels on cars could be a result of the fine particulate, the aluminum dust that we're getting sprayed all over us. And I do believe that these things are worth mentioning, worth talking about. But for fuck's sake, let's not make it all about this. You know why? How are you going to prove whether or not it was directed energy weapons or somebody with just a can of gas and a torch? You can't. You can't prove it either way. But by all means, let's just focus on that. You've got the Hawaiian Electric Company, the people responsible for clearing trees and making sure that the infrastructure was being upkept, not doing their fucking job. And then on top of that, not cutting the power off knowing that you had hurricane force winds ripping through and there was a good chance you were going to have some power lines go down. And this particular area sees rain just a few times a year, so you would know wildfires could be a possible consequence of this. And this electrical company, by the way, the biggest two stakeholders in it just happen to be Vanguard and BlackRock.
Aha! Aha!
And then the water gets cut off to the area of Lahaina, not to the richy rich areas where the billionaires have their mansions and palatial estates, but to the historic downtown area where you have the blue collar and the middle class shop owners. They cut their fucking water off until it was too late, and the state-of-the-art tsunami sirens that they had that were also used for that false alarm when they thought a nuclear missile was incoming, they decided not to sound that alarm. And when asked about it, they said, oh well, we didn't want people to think it was a tsunami and run into the fire. Yeah, see, the thing is, they were just sitting in their house having no fucking idea that there was anything going on. If the siren went off and they came outside to see what's up, it's not like they would just go running the opposite direction and then be surrounded by the fire. They would go outside and they'd see, holy shit, there's a fucking fire. You know, the same one that hours before they had told all the residents that they had it completely contained. So instead they did nothing and gave people no warning. And then it gets even better. When people finally did realize what was going on, they jumped in their cars and they tried to get the fuck out of Dodge. But the main road out was being blocked by the police.
Why would you do that?
So now you have a lot of people trying to explain it away as just being incompetent. And the problem with Hanlon's razor, if you just take anything that happens and attribute it to incompetence, then all any malicious actor has to do is just look fucking incompetent, and it gives them plausible deniability. But this one's a little too on the nose. I mean, they literally did everything completely ass backwards fucking wrong. Even if you're totally incompetent, statistically you would have done something right by accident. So then in the aftermath of all this, they set up a 12-mile press exclusionary zone, saying they didn't want any reporters coming in there. Oh, they've been letting people in from ABC and CBS and these other corporate networks. I've been seeing them walk around the rubble on all the morning news shows. But anybody who's not affiliated with a corporate network, sorry. And of course not. You don't want them talking to some survivor that puts a story out there that they want to keep quiet.
Denying people access to bring in supplies. Just supplies for people to live.
The government withholding every single one of our donations because we are not a part of FEMA and Red Cross. So none of this is eligible for giving out. Tell me why? I have no freaking clue.
They want to just blame this all on climate change. And that's another thing. You got this book, right? The fires start on August 8th. And then you have a book that somehow manages to get written, edited, and published on August 10th, talking about the Maui wildfires and the implications when it comes to climate change. And this is another thing that's become a big brouhaha that everybody's talking about. And it's like, yeah, it was probably written by AI. Maybe it's some grifter that just tried to make a quick buck off it, knowing that a lot of people would just buy it just to see what's in it because it came out while the fires are still fucking burning. And you gotta love the name of the author, Dr. Miles Stone. Milestone. The other possibility is that this is government propaganda that they just jumped the gun on, or somebody accidentally typed in the wrong publish date, or got a little too antsy in the pantsy. Who the fuck knows and who the fuck cares? Like I said, there's lots of other shit to focus on. And when the governor first came out, his first press conference, he basically said, well, you know, climate change. And then in his second press conference, and this is when a lot of the bodies are still smoking, he says, oh, well, we're already looking at ways that we can acquire that land. Maybe use it for workforce housing, a memorial. You mean workforce housing? What, like fucking tenements? Oh, we gotta make sure that the landscapers and maids that work on the rich people's houses got somewhere to live, don't we? But as for the middle class people that lived in that town and the shopkeepers, they can go fuck themselves, right? A lot of people are saying that the insurance companies were immediately informing people that they weren't going to pay out because they had zoning infractions. I don't know quite how that works, because if they immediately knew that so quickly, that means they knew it last week or last month when you were still making payments. And it would seem like that would make them guilty of fraud. But who knows if that's even true. But don't worry, we got President Skid Marks to the rescue. He's authorized FEMA to help everyone out.
FEMA also authorized one-time payments of $700 per household to folks who've been displaced.
What?
One-time payments of $700 per household.
$700. Yeah, that ought to get everyone back on their feet. Why, they could probably stay 2 whole days in a hotel with that kind of money. It has been pretty much confirmed that the hawks have swooped in and are calling people left and right, trying to acquire their land and offering them all kinds of money. And that makes sense. I mean, it's not even all that conspicuous. These people are scumbags. What did you expect? There's a lot of unanswered questions and a lot of suspicious shit that's probably going to completely go unanswered, just like with Las Vegas.
No shit.
But it does seem like a lot more normies are getting suspicious and questioning things of this event than they ever did Las Vegas, though. So I take that as a good sign. But don't be too surprised when in the end all the dust and smoke and ash settles, and all those celebrities and billionaires with their massive estates suddenly find that their poorer neighbors suddenly aren't around again, outside of this workforce housing that turns out to just be a high-rise filing cabinet for all of their servants. Because I have a feeling that a lot of the people that come out of this with some kind of options are just going to opt to take the money and go elsewhere. Oh, and by the way, did you hear they're going to try to bring the masks back? This got reported on Friday by somebody who is never right about anything. That supposedly at the airports and on planes and in grocery stores, they're going to start trying to make everyone wear the face diaper again. So I guess we're about to see how stupid people really are. Which brings me to this. Somebody apparently did a more modern version of the ash experiment, but instead of having people look at lines and determine which one is the same length, they used an elevator. They had one stooge get on the elevator, and then they had people get on and off, and all of them were facing in the wrong direction. And what do you know? The stooge goes along with what is obviously idiotic. Deep down inside, you know, they're all facing the wrong way, but you just want to go along with the crowd. But in the original ash experiment, they also did a series of tests where they would have one person out of the crowd actually give the right answer. And people's willingness to conform to what they know to be wrong went down dramatically. So most likely, if they would have had one person get on this elevator and face the right way, this person probably wouldn't have been nearly as tempted to stand there facing the wrong direction like a fucking idiot. So hopefully we'll see something like that in the coming months when they try to pull this bullshit again. Because they're gonna tell you that, oh, this variant is very, very contagious and you should be very afraid. But you know what else is contagious? Not being a fucking pussy. Slancha.
In this world is my thoughts and my words, and I don't break them for no one. You understand? So say good night. So say good night to the bad guy. So say good night. So say good night to the bad guy. So say good night. So say good night to the bad guy. So say good night. So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. Come on.
with me! I told you! Don't fuck with me! You stupid fuck! Look at you now! Look at you now!